hope you guys liked the new metal. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Fico here, and welcome to the LiveCast. This is the show that I do strong. I do this every Sunday and every Wednesday, and we discuss many things that are happening in the world of gaming. And I just remembered that I didn't have my notes up. Awesome. Now I got my notes up. So I hope you guys are having a great day today. As you might have noticed, yesterday I was streaming. I was playing God of War, and I was having a great time. Oh, the babies are wet? No. Probably raining, right? Oh, okay. Oh, Victor. Well, I'll probably end up doing that too. I have to probably reinstall Windows, mainly because I've been Saturday night. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I have not changed my sound settings at all. I swear to God, I have not changed your settings. Victor, is my sound low? Victor, can you tell if my sound is okay or my sound is still low? Actually, a friend of mine from work told me that it could be like multiple. Oh, oh, okay. All right. No, I'm just saying is if I come out sounding good, it's because Saturday night says I come out low. I'm sounding low. So just wanted to see if you were experiencing the same thing. If you notice that I'm like lower than usual, because I haven't changed any of my audio settings. So anyway, what my friend told me was it could be just like a motherboard driver, or because there are certain things that just sound lower, and it's due to many things that you are watching. Was trying to troubleshoot CTD issues and multiple games. Event viewer had DirectX errors, tried to repair, gave up after an hour, figured I could use a fresh Windows. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? My stream has been kind of, and Saturday night can tell you, I have had issues where my stream is just takes a shit. So I've had to basically start from scratch. But what I'm asking is, can you, if you can hear me now? You can hear me, but I was wondering if I sound lower than normal, because Saturday night has been telling me that apparently my audio is coming out low. And I have not changed any audio settings, and I want to know if I want to see if there are going to be legit issues that I want to fix, because I don't want people to get the same experience. So let me know, please. Yeah. Well, I don't have any special things set up on my audio. Position of the mic seems to be always at the same place. I hear you're fine, but I have no context for lower than normal. Okay. Oh, okay. I get now what you're saying. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll figure out the sound settings from time to time. Oh, me turning. All right. Okay, so now I think if I turn the head away now, it sounds a little better, because that's how sensitive the drivers of this microphone is. But anyway, enough about the sounds. First of all, I'd just like to welcome the new followers here. Like to give thanks here for a couple of people, for instance, Dr. Snipe, who was MIA for a while, and he subscribed for me. Adrian 12OT, Warlord 212374, LOL, it's not a troll name. Spawn Blaze, our boy Habby, who is trying to become an affiliate. Goat Noodles, and Yasser Belushi. All of y'all these are my new followers. And of course, my boy Daniel hosted me yesterday. So thank you all so much. Yesterday, I was playing God of War, and Goat Noodles was trying to help, but unfortunately, what he was doing was and this isn't calling him out or anything. This is just overall. He was kind of giving me information of stuff that was coming up ahead, and I considered that a spoiler. Even if you say that there is an enemy, a kind of specific enemy, or hey, there's an item up there, that's kind of like trying to direct you to what you want to do. I think that's what's called backseating. And I added a rule. I added a rule on my rules area down at the bottom. And basically, I like it when if you want to offer help or say, I ask for help, then yes, go for it and offer some help. But if I'm not asking for help, please don't say things that are happening or going to happen or things that are ahead. Don't offer anything that's happening that hasn't happened, because I do not want that kind of assistance. Because what happens is if you say, oh, there's that enemy over there, your suspense is already gone because you know that enemy is going to be there. It does affect the actual streaming experience. And it also spoils things for people that are watching that have not played the game as well too. I am all for you guys talking about the game, about kinds of enemies. If say, like, let's say for example, if Goat Noodles mentions something about like, ooh, there's a tough enemy coming up, do you want me to give you some advice? And then say, yeah. And then that's perfectly fine. But saying, oh, I hope you're ready for that easy fight with the Valkyrie. And I'm like, okay. At that point, we have told you a couple of times, look, don't tell us what's ahead. We don't want to know. Let him just experience the game. And what I'm trying to get at is, that's backseating. That's kind of rude. And you know what? It's rude when you're doing it in real life, which is why it's called backseating, I think. It's because you're standing behind him and saying, oh, go there, go there, go there. I mean, that's fine if you want to help, but offer. And then if I say yes, then fine. Just let me know. Or if I ask for help. So what I've done is I've modified that rule to say that, look, first we'll tell you, please don't do that like Saturday Night was doing yesterday. And then we'll time you out if you continue to do it. And if it feels like you're still doing it, then we'll have to remove you and outright just get you banned. And I don't want to ban anybody. I want people to have fun on the stream, to enjoy the stream. But if you're not going to adhere to what we have here, because nobody likes it. Nobody likes that. And I don't want to slam that ban hammer. But I'm not going to do it right away. Goat Noodles is probably just so used to telling people this because he just wants to, like, I don't know if he's just either trying to help because he's just used to doing that and nobody's given checked. Yeah. And I noticed that, and I really appreciate that Saturday night. We give you like warnings. We time you out. After you come back, if you continue to do it, then I'm afraid that it's been made perfectly clear. We can make maybe one more clarification for it. And if that's not enough, then I'm afraid that we just it's just going to have to happen, because at that point you're just doing it just to bother me. But I don't know. I don't want to say that's what he was doing just yet. We just met him yesterday, so it's not. But I'm already getting the impression that he's probably going to keep doing it. I hope I'm wrong. I do want to be wrong, because I want our community to grow. I want our community to grow. I don't want our community to become smaller. But if you're not going to adhere to that, then I'm sorry. A small announcement: on August the 3rd to the 5th, I'm going to be heading over to Orlando, to Anime Festival Orlando. And there's not going to be any gaming streaming during that time. I don't have a portable system that I could take with me that's powerful enough to stream online. It's my favorite anime convention, so at August the 3rd to the 5th, I'm probably not going to be streaming. I may do IRL, but to give you guys my experience of what's happening at AFO, but there's not going to be any gaming stream. It's down the road. It's on the 3rd or 5th of August. Also, the Cuphead hard mode event, I have not completely forgotten. There's no date for it yet. However, I did decide that it's going to be in June. I want to promote this so that I could get more people to join in on the celebration as well. I'm going to be playing this game for between like 10 to 12 hours. I am not going to beat this game in hard mode. So you can forget it. I am not going to slave myself away to play this game from beginning to end like I did in hard mode. There are different kinds of people like that. The one who are just really spoiling and trolling, the kind is trying to impress with their knowledge, and the kind of which the intention to help, but don't realize that it could influence the streamer's gameplay. And I'm sure his case was the last one. And that's why I am perfectly fine with what he was doing. Like he's explaining and trying to show that he has a lot of knowledge of the game, and I like that. But again, if the help is not being asked for, then I don't want it, and it does influence and it does change what I mean. Knowing that there was that Valkyrie fight is already taking the tension away. It's like when you watch a movie and somebody says, "Oh, look, I've seen this movie before. That thing is going to pop out." And the intention of the movie is to surprise you with that. But now that you know that thing is out, it's already ruined the suspense. So your movie experience is getting ruined that way as well. So and the last thing is, I am before we start, I am considering changing the format. I'm kind of thinking about changing my LiveCast format from doing it twice a week to once a week. I've said about this before, but right now what I'm doing is I'm taking this a lot more seriously. I'm preparing it. I'm kind of breaking down the stories a little bit, summarizing them, researching them a bit. With a full-time job and less time to just kind of do things on the side, it requires me to take 2 to 3 hours twice a week to take these stories and break them down and create my outline. And while that, I'm still liking to do it twice a week, and I do agree that Saturday nights, and I had this conversation before, it's by then the story might be too old. Or by then, you get to things more fresher. I do think that, with the extra effort, it's causing me to put a lot more work. And yes, while stories will be old by then, the stories that I'm talking about today and the ones that I've spoken to before did not happen at the day. They're rather fresh, but they're still a few days old. So I'm thinking of maybe just doing one live cast, but putting in a lot more time, giving you guys a lot more stories. It breaks down the week. I used to do this on YouTube, and it's a thought that I have. So if you guys have any suggestions of things you'd like to see on the live cast to add onto the live cast, and maybe add more to one instead of doing two, let me know. So But unfortunately, today, we're our main story today, and it is, of course, you probably already got that from the initial title, and that is that we are going to talk about John Peter Bain, aka TotalBiscuit, passing away. And I know that Victor is already depressed enough about this as it is right now. Definitely don't like this news, but it has happened. In fact, I even went, when I found out when it happened, I actually went onto Twitch and I talked about it for 30 minutes about him, but I felt I hadn't said enough and I wanted to do it on the LiveCast. Saturday Night says, in my opinion, the stream would be overloaded with content and off-topic talk. There will be a lot of time issues. I think that we could control that by breaking down the stories. What I'm doing is I'm just I think that I understand that, but maybe we could try to like control. Like right now, I have all I want to talk about broken down into minutes, dedicating specific time. Like, for instance, I want to talk about this, so I'm dedicating a lot more time. So I've actually separated a good chunk of what of today, and I broke it down into like, I want to talk about this for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and that gives us time to discuss. But that's something I didn't think about. So as I said, I am... Could it go off topic a lot more? Perhaps. But it sometimes happens during my live casts anyway. So these are just problems. Victor says, when Trump found out and he was streaming, it was rough to watch. Oh, yeah, by the way, for context, we're not talking about Trump, the president. He's talking about Trump, the live streamer. He's quite popular, and he does a lot of Hearthstone. So, yeah, not a lot of people. It's safe to say that the gaming community as a whole pretty much just saw this when we found out that he passed away on May 24th of 2018. It was just 3 days ago. He was born on July the 8th, 1984. He was 2 years younger than me. It's incredible. I mean, you look at him and you think he's like 40 or 50 years old, but no, he's actually younger than me. That fucking sucks. And he died of cancer. And that is so sad. He had a 4-year battle with cancer, and yesterday and a few days ago, this is what came up. And this is the tweet that everybody is sharing, and this is from his widow, his wife, Jenna, who has also been a part of TB's career for the longest time. And it says, rest in peace, my dearest love, John at TotalBiscuit Bain. And then it says July 8th, 1984 to May 24th, 2018. And he posts this here and he says, the final shadow that will close my eyes will in its darkness take me from white day and instantly untie the soul from lies and flattery of death and find its way, and yet my soul won't leave its memory of love there on the shore where it was burned. My flame can swim cold water and has learned to lose respect for lost severity. My soul, whom a god made his prison of, my veins, which is a liquid humor fed to fire, my marrows, which have gloriously flamed, will leave their body, never their desire. They will be ash, but ash in feeling framed. They will be dust and will be dust in love. First off, I'm sorry for ruining your day with this sad poem, but honestly, this is very, very sad to read. But it's also sad because it's a realization of our mortality, and that is another deep subject I didn't want to touch, but that's the reality. When I heard about him getting diagnosed with cancer, I was like, oh shit, let it be one that can be treated. Let it be one that can be treated. Let it be one that can let him live for the rest of his life. And then bad news after bad news came, and then I realized he was on borrowed time. He was on a clock. And then when he semi-retired from YouTube, I realized he's got less time than we thought. And then 3 days ago, or 4 days ago, that's when we just got the bombshell. It was like, oh my God. He had even less time than we imagined. And that's unfortunate. And it's super sad. And below, there is a ton of support. Like, for instance, the guys at Fortnite, they left a message. I'm sorry for your loss. I am in NC if you need a friend. The developers of Fortnite. George Miller. I don't know who this guy is, but people say, I didn't agree with him on every issue, but I respected him for who he was. People like Ian Miles Chong, who is a journalist, it says, I'm very sorry, Jenna. People have been very supportive of him. There's like more. Oh, this one's cool. And yet another brave and kind soul leaves his life into the next. May you rest in peace, John. We will miss you. Until the next life, so we can all meet again, we salute your deeds, soldier. I mean, developers, programmers, companies, even shoutcasters, people like Sid Alpha, who is a YouTuber I follow. People saying all the time that John was an inspiration. John was what made them go into YouTubing, made them go into streaming, and I'll talk about that a little bit. Look at that, THQ Nordic replying, Indie Gala. Below you'll see that even Riot Games even went and left their words. I mean, nothing but overwhelming support. Look at that. Even the developers of Superhot, a bunch of developers. I mean, overwhelmingly, everyone who watched his videos definitely. I could keep going, but you get the point. And it was hard for a lot of them. But some of you might not know about him. So this is in his core who he was. He was a YouTuber. He had about 2 million subscribers. I think he had 1.3 million subscribers, but you know, getting diagnosed with cancer takes away from him. So he did a couple of things. First of all, he did what the WTF is. This is his first impressions series where he takes a video game and he plays it for a couple of minutes or an hour or two, and he gives his suggestions. He doesn't review. He doesn't give it a grade review. He just kind of just said, this is what I think of the game. We'll talk about the settings. We'll talk about the stuff that works and doesn't work with the game. He also had a thing called, suggest trying. He also talk about. He also had a couple of other things here. We'll get to that in a little bit here. But a lot of what he was cool. His content on YouTube wasn't just talking about video games, but he was also pro-consumer. He was not cool with the shade from publishers and developers trying to screw gamers. He was not cool with abuse of copyright law. He was not up for net neutrality. He was staunchly against net neutrality, as should everybody. He was an advocate for better ethics in game journalism as well. He spoke of things like many different things. And as you could see here, he spoke about a lot of things. He spoke about his most popular video was one where Wild Game Studios, the developers of Day One's Gary's Incident, copyright struck his video and forced him to remove the video, and he like owned him like a bitch. Talking about pre-orders, I remember Victor linking me to TotalBiscuit's video. He was trying to make Victor is very, very intelligent, by the way, guys. And he could have told me why pre-orders were bad, but instead what he did was he linked me to should you pre-order video games, and he broke it down in 20 minutes. And of course, he talked about the Boar Z, which was DayZ, now renamed Infestation Survivor Stories. His third most popular video was his League of Legends WTF Is, which I think this might have been helpful for Riot Games, considering that, this is like his most popular video. Talking about the dishonesty, greed, talking about the No Man's Sky hype, talking about this is why we can't have nice things. This was shortly after the Dungeon Keeper game that EA did for mobile came out. He was also doing Hearthstone videos, and he even did one with Trump, which again, we're not talking about Trump the president, we're talking about Trump, the pro Hearthstone gamer and YouTuber and streamer. He also talked about tragedy in video game violence. He talked about how he wasn't impressed with Doom, and then he played the campaign and he gushes over it. He was also he was a pro consumer through thick and thin. And everything that he said in this basically beard decks only. Beard decks. Oh my lord. I don't know what that means, but if it's like beard decks, like you have to have a beard, your character has to have a beard, then that's essentially TB as well. And I'm going to recommend you guys to watch any of those videos that I mentioned. In fact, any of the videos that are there in his, if you go down at the bottom in his popular videos, I definitely recommend you guys to watch any of those videos, because those videos break him down so much better. Oh, that's what I figured you were talking about. His game with Trump, that every card had to have a beard in the art. That's awesome. And of course, he was also a podcaster, in which, he had a podcast where it was called at first it was called the Game Station Podcast, but then he changed to the Co-optional Podcast. He had people as guests, but of course he started to show up less and less and less. People like Wow Krendor, Octopimp, In Control, people like Nerdcube, Level Cap Gaming, very popular YouTubers, streamers. They all were a part of that, and they were just basically shooting the shit. By the way, anyone that's ever seen Gemma's YouTube channel, the videos where they played games together are criminally underrated. Yes, I was going to talk about that as well, because he also has a section here where he does collaborations with his wife. He also did collaborations with Gemma. And one of the funniest things that you'll ever see is a British blokey with an American woman talk about the food that's all around the world. And they order these treat boxes in which, let's say, TotalBiscuit tastes Poland, TotalBiscuit tastes the Philippines, TotalBiscuit tastes Greece, and so on and so on. And you see John just kind of reacting with his dry humor. But yes, we'll go there as well too. And this is and this is Jenna's. It says Jenna. I mean, for instance, like they played Honey Pop together. They played Nick Hogg. That seems to be the most popular one that they played Nick Hogg. So a lot of this you can definitively check all of this up, and of course you could see a few videos here from a player known as Crank from Axiom Gaming, and that's another thing that you guys probably didn't know, is that TotalBiscuit was a co-owner of a esports team called Team Axiom. He sponsored Crank. He's a former team member of a team called Slayers, and he basically sponsored him. And him and Jenna and him are the ones that created Team Axiom, and him and Husky Starcraft used to sponsor this team, and they had Crank as their first Starcraft Pro League player, because John was a shoutcaster. He was also he was a big StarCraft fan, but he also used to commentate on games. He used to shoutcast the games, and they even they honored him by including his voice as an announcer for StarCraft. So you'll see him like you must construct additional pylons, or like he would be like, I've noticed you haven't built additional pylons. Do you want to lose the game? Or or he very dry, but he was so hilarious when he did that. And yeah, so he was also like a team owner. I mean, the reason that the whole team had to dissolve was because of both performance, but the relapse in his cancer came back. And that's the thing that I'm going to quote and read directly from the Wikipedia, because there's a lot of details. In late April 2014, he announced that he had pancreatic mass in his colon, which indicates he had bowel cancer, which apparently his grandparents were also diagnosed with, so it was not a surprise for him. But then he revealed that he was in full-blown cancer, and he was starting to do chemo. Now, he said in April 2015, that's a whole year afterwards, that a CT scan showed that he was in remission. But in October, there was a newer CT scan which showed that while the cancer in his bowel had actually been eliminated, that it had metastasized to his liver, and it was determined that he couldn't get it operated. And that broke my heart, because when you say inoperable cancer, that's just kind of where we at. Like, okay, this is where the countdown starts. At that point, he announced he disbanded Team Axiom, and in 2016, he also decided to step away from social media. You know, he said it was for his mental health. He couldn't deal with it and deal with cancer at the same time. I remember that. Then in 2016, in September of 2016, he had reported that he had mutated and that a targeted treatment had shrunk his liver tumor to 50%, which was good. And then he showed up at the HGH3 podcast, that's A3H3 Productions podcast, which he discussed the length and current state. He described that his condition was stable, which meant that the cancer was still there, but it wasn't spreading. And he said it was stage 4 cancer. I'm sorry this is depressing, you guys. I'm almost done. And on November, he tweeted that the chemo wasn't working anymore. That was just last year. And that he tried other types of trials, that he noted that the cancer hadn't spread, but it started to grow again. And then it was on April 18th, which apparently he was hospitalized for extreme back pain. And that's where they discovered that the cancer was growing. It was applying pressure to his spine. He went for a clinical trial, and the doctors found that the cancer had become too resistant to medication. and that conventional chemotherapy would be completely ineffective, which basically, and it also told him that his liver was failing as well too. Now, it says here that it was also transferred to palliative care, which apparently it just means it's a multidisciplinary approach to specialized medical and nursing care for people with life-limiting illnesses, and it focuses on providing relief, pain management, physical stress, mental stress. So basically, he was going for pain management. However, he basically said that he didn't have long. He knew the signs were there. So he said that he that's where he announced that he was retiring from game criticism and that he was no longer capable of doing his stuff and that he pled to doing the co-optional podcasts. And basically, he had his wife Jenna take over the podcast if he should die. And unfortunately, he had fallen into what was called a hepatic coma, and which means that it was a coma induced by large amounts of toxin buildup in the liver, and apparently that's when he passed away. And I'm sorry again for depressing you, and I just need 9 more minutes to talk about this because and then we'll get to the rest of the news stories, I promise. And the reason that I wanted to talk in length about him was because if it wasn't for him, I would not be here. That's the reality. Victaru can tell you all about that as well too. He was my inspiration to become a YouTuber. And I believed in a lot of what he was. At first, I wasn't as passionate, but Mighty, welcome. How's it going, man? I was actually a pro-consumer as well, but which everybody should be pro-consumer. I mean, that just makes sense. But I wasn't as passionate until I saw. Hey, Cindy. I read in one of Jenna's tweets that he was still reviewing Fortnite in his sleep while he was reading it. Yes, actually, that was in the That's when Fortnite, the developers of Fortnite, the official Twitter for Fortnite, sent his condolences. And that's when Jenna said that apparently even in his sleep he was actually reviewing Fortnite. That's how passionate he was about what he was doing. I mean, think about that for a second. Your life is ending and you're probably not going to make it through, and you're still reviewing games. You're still giving your WTF is Fortnite. He was still thinking about giving us content, and that breaks my heart even more. He didn't inspire me as much to do the streaming thing because he was more of a YouTuber, but he did stream his co-optional podcasts, and I did like Dodger. I'm not a big fan of Jesse Cox, but it was always fun to hear the three of them banter. And it was clearly very, very awesome to hear the three of them with special guests. But in a way, I think that he kind of inspired me to do this because while I was, and Victor can tell you this too, when I started YouTube, I tried to do videos like his. I did weekly videos of things that were happening in gaming. The videos are still there. I would just do my FGM weeklies. That's what the LiveCast has become. Something like I tell you guys what I think of every week. And unfortunately, I didn't continue with YouTube, but I've stuck with streaming. I wouldn't have an online presence if it wasn't for him because I didn't think be online. I want to do videos, and I wanted to get my sound to be just like his. I wanted to have a deep voice, but I'm never gonna have a deep voice. Maybe if someone takes my tonsils, I'll probably have a deeper voice. But for now, it's just not gonna happen. Sadly, he wasn't liked by some developers. Like, for instance, Wild Game Studios did a reaction, try to take his video down for his review. By the way, his day one Gary's Incident video is there, so you guys can watch it as well too. Game outlets didn't like him because he didn't toe their line. In fact, there was a former, and this isn't to bring extra attention, but there was actually a former BioWare developer, in which, by the way, Casey Hudson already disavowed that this is their position. He actually gloated about how the day was so much better because TotalBiscuit had died. There are people out there that are happy that he's dead. And that's... Oh, I gotta go pick up the fam up. All right. Aww. Darn it, Vic. We're just getting there. All right. I'll see you later, man. I really appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, there were some people who were actually happy about this. But you know what? Just like I said, he was the best of us. And as you could see, and if you could see on the actual Twitter comments, there were so many people. ESL had a 2 minutes of silence for him. Developers, game journalists, real game journalists, publications, companies, YouTube celebrities, even actual celebrities who found TotalBiscuit's channel were inspired and were happy with his content. And I was happy that I found his channel. I don't actually remember how that happened. It may have been Victor that introduced me to TotalBiscuit, in which this case he'll not. I'm more grateful to him than he'll ever know. He shaped me into the person that I'm here right now in some way. The content that I wanted to do is mainly stream of consciousness, but much more organized, and I wanted to and I did that on Thursday, on the day that he died as well. I just wanted to get on live and say thank you. And this may sound wrong, but I think one of my biggest regrets was that I never got a chance to actually tell him to be I never got a chance to write him. I had chances, but I never wrote to him. I never expressed my gratitude. And it's a shame that now it's coming up after the bad news. And it is a shame. It is a shame. We've lost a very good person. And some people say, you know what, he was brash, he was this or he was that. But in reality, no matter what you think of him, you have to keep in mind that you should be respectful. You should be respectful for someone that just died the way that they did. And if you don't, then expect lash outs. The former BioWare developer put his account on private. Casey Hudson disavowed him, and I'm pretty sure he's never going to work in the game industry ever again, because it takes a really truly disturbing individual to say the things that he said, that he was happy, that his day was better because, never mind that it was TotalBiscuit, a human being died and he feels good about it. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. I don't think I would be happy of anyone just up and dying like this. I mean, like, even people that I dislike, or even real life people that I might not get along with, I would not be happy that someone died because they didn't leave just me behind. I mean, they left their family behind. And but enough about that. What I was very happy was a lot of people came out to spread their what John meant to them. They have made videos, they have made comments on Jenna's Twitter, and they have left nothing but best wishes, condolences, and honestly, John will never know how grateful I am to him for his content, for his videos, for his on-spot reporting, for his never backing down from his positions. A lot of people were mad at him because he wouldn't agree with them. He wouldn't go, "Oh, no, you're wrong, and I'm not going to agree with you because you're wrong." And people, but people realized that he was a force for good. He was a force for good. He was ahead of the curve when it came to the things that I'm talking about during my live cast. What I say in my live cast is nothing new. It's just my perspective about it. And that made and it's sad that that he's gone. It is sad that he's gone. So, but that's why I wanted to talk to him, about him for a couple of minutes, and just to if I were to actually see him, if it was some possibility, if it existed. I mean, I don't believe in an afterlife, but let's humor this. If there was an afterlife and I ended up in the same place as TotalBiscuit, I would, first of all, give him like a stern handshake. Like, it's like, and I would say, "Thank you." And I would gush about him for 400 years, about how he inspired me to become a YouTuber, a streamer, a live caster, and I can't believe that you're gone, and cancer can really go fuck the right off, and that, if anything, it makes me so frustrated that we're still at this day and age, and cancer is still just this fucking killer, and it's unfortunate, but cancer really is that complicated. It really is. And people who get affected by cancer, the people around the people. I mean, I couldn't imagine what Jenna must have been feeling, seeing her husband fade away, his son watching his father fade away. It's just depressing. But with the bad times, it is also worth noting that he had a successful YouTube career. He was funny, he was smart, and he was truly, as Victor said, he was definitely the best of us. And the world definitely lost someone awesome. So it is unfortunate, but we don't want to remember the bad times. We want to remember the good times. And if you guys didn't get a chance to catch TotalBiscuit, or don't know why I'm gushing over him again, definitely go watch his videos, especially his most popular videos. If I were to recommend any videos, I would just recommend the first 4 from his most popular uploads, and which is this video is no longer available. The Day 1 Gary's incident. What the WTF is SOPA, and WTF is League of Legends, and also the Borzy, which is the name Infestation Survivor Stories. Definitely watch those videos so you get a little bit of an understanding. Well, that out of the way, now we could start. With the stuff that I'm pretty sure that he would have just gone, "Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I talk about the gaming industry that sometimes does incredibly crappy shit, like this. And this is the second news story for today. This is the Bungie can hang itself now news segment, in which the new Iron Banner emote is starting to cause controversy. Now, I've stopped playing Destiny 2 eons ago. I've uninstalled it. I have no interest in going back. But Bungie has actually kind of just given up, I think. The game did not turn out good, and now they're trying to revert it to how Destiny 1 is. I don't think the population is calling upon to make this game good or great. Every time they lie, they get caught in a lie. Every time that they get caught in doing something wrong, they always say, we're listening to feedback. That's what Young Yak calls like a boilerplate statement. But what they did this time was actually quite incredible. I'm sorry. Saying that they did something incredible would be create a Destiny game with a point. That's incredible. What they did is just who Bungie is right now. And basically what they did is that they added an emote to celebrate the Iron Banner, which is an event that they host. And they call this emote a salute to the Lords. It's a legendary emote. And it looks really badass. Very, very badass. Usually, Iron Banner events unlock Iron Banner loot. This is Iron Banner loot that you could probably have gotten in RNG. But you don't get that. Instead, you have to go to the fucking Eververse. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Iron Banner emote is locked behind a $10 paywall. A $10 emote. Now, apparently, it's a bundle which contains an Iron Lord emote, the Gathering Boon of the Crucible, and one Fireteam Medallion. You could get it for 1,100 silver, or $10. Now, on the one hand, some people might give them like the, hey, you know what? That's right. You shouldn't have to unlock this in regular RNG. But at the same time, locking it only on a paywall, just only, means that you cannot unlock this emote. There is no chance that you could get Salute of the Lords. You have to buy it in a fucking bundle from the goddamn Eververse. You have to visit this bitch, Tess Everest, listen to her bitchiness and going, oh, so you would like to buy some supplies? Well, I'm here. Please buy my shit. She doesn't say that, but of course, what the fuck's the difference? She politely says, I am here to offer you the best possible help in need, which translates to, give me your fucking money. And that's what happened. Now, ever since the Warmind DLC got released, they released something like the Prismatic Matrix, which allows you to unlock content that you want easier. They're slowly going back to Destiny 1 territory. What or who is TB? Oh, that's kind of doing backtrack a little bit, but I'm going to do you a solid here. I'm actually going to give you a link. This his name we just got finished talking about him. He is TotalBiscuit, and he was a YouTuber that I really looked up to and admired Baku. And I just spent the last couple like 30 something minutes talking about him. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I should have just put TotalBiscuit instead of TB. but yeah, that's who he was. So, oh, by the way, hello, Mr. Bakus, welcome back. So yes, so Destiny, the developers are once again locking shit behind a paywall with a gamer base that has completely just been disconnected with them as well too. They have completely given up, and it's a shame. But that just goes to show, three things: one, why have Destiny 2 uninstalled; two, who the new Bungie is; and three, how Activision could go fuck itself right off. So I think TotalBiscuit would have definitely just taken those comments and said the exact same thing as well. So, and in First Charger Now Ducks WTF Big N news today, Nintendo has announced that they're releasing another Switch bundle in Japan. Not a Switch bundle, but another Switch release. Now, this isn't like a new Switch or anything, but they're offering what's called a more affordable version of it. And that is true. It is affordable. But basically, this is what you would get in the second unit set. You'd get the Switch tablet and the 2 Joy-Con controllers. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Fico, something's missing, right? Well, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. Where's the dock? Where's the Joy-Con grip? Where's the HDMI cable? Where is the AC adapter? Well, it's good that you're asking those questions, because the answer to all of them is, I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo has actually going to release in Japan a version of the Switch that doesn't have the dock or the HDMI or the AC adapter. Why? Because apparently there's this notion that the Nintendo Switch is a fully portable device and that people don't play as often at home, sitting in their couch. What was the one thing that they kept on promoting during the entirety of the Switch announcement? That first initial trailer that was released for the Switch, that it was a hybrid console. It was both a portable console that you could hook those 2 little Joy-Cons, these 2 controllers on the side, and you could just like hook it up and then just lift it up from the dock and you could play it portably. Or when you get home, you could plug it onto the freaking like dock and it would charge and you would play with either the controller or you have the Joy-Con grip, put both Joy-Cons on it and play it. Now, the good thing about this is that this is $226 approximately. You get the straps also, and it's like about $45 less. People have been wanting like apparently according to Game Rant, they wanted like a mini version of the Switch, and apparently they wanted a more affordable version of this console. And basically that in itself is completely and freaking-lutely baffling to me, because the console costs $300. PlayStation 4 costs $400. Xbox One cost $500. The Switch is portable. The Switch's library is growing. The Switch is getting more games. It's got great first and third and indie party support. It's probably the best bang for your buck. Now, you're not going to get better performance than on a PlayStation 4. You're not going to get the graphics. You're not going to get the graphics, the amazing graphics. But the games still look great. The games still look great. But apparently, there's people who think that $300 is still too much money for a Switch. I get that not everybody has $300. And of course, that doesn't include the extra storage that you have to put into the game. The now mandatory online service that you have to have, which I think is probably one of the better ones. But you still have to play multiplayer games. And the games, obviously you need games. The console doesn't come with a game, which is probably why you want to go off as better. Just get a bundle, which is why I'm waiting for either a really cool bundle to get released or Black Friday, which I could get a Switch bundle with a couple of games. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can understand you want more affordability. I can understand if you want a miniature version of this Switch, which I think it's impossible to do unless you could shrink the hardware even more than what... I mean, the Switch can play something like Breath of the Wild. If they can make the hardware smaller, that would be incredible, right? But until then, this is pretty portable as it is. And I can kind of understand that some people would just prefer to have the portable thing, like the thing that makes it a gaming tablet instead of like a console tablet hybrid, a console portable hybrid. I mean, some people will just take this thing and they don't play it when it's docked. I get it. There's people out there that like that. What I can't understand is why you could deny them even the AC adapter. Nintendo has been doing this for a while. My Nintendo 3DS, my new Nintendo 3DS, I had to buy a charger for it. So you're making this more portable, but you are taking away the opportunity for people to even charge the device. I mean, it says that you could still charge it via USB-C. So if you have a power bank, a powerful power bank as like a 12,000 or a 21,000 milliamp wattage, and you could charge laptops and you're using it to charge your Switch, that's perfect. That's great. But make no mistake, I just still find this just completely baffling. I don't understand this. I don't know why Nintendo wants to save money so badly by skimping out on things like a freaking charger. A charger, guys. A freaking charger. How the fuck do you play these games if you can't charge them? Oh, don't worry, Fico. You could always go to Best Buy and buy a charger. That's fine. No, that's not the point. The point is, Nintendo includes ways that you could play with your console. So why would you take that away? The good news is that it looks as though this isn't going to be here, and it doesn't look like this is going to be replacing the current Switch packaging. This is just an option, which is great. I just still kind of find it's a little bit baffling. I don't understand it. I don't understand the changes. I don't understand Nintendo, why they do this. Why you take away my charging? Don't you take away my charging power? Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. They don't get it. So we have to keep telling them this, but meh. But whatever. Another option, I guess. And in the eBay scalpers are going to blow this again news today. Apparently, well, we're still talking about the Big N. And we're talking about them trademarking N64 name. And Gay Rant speculates that it could potentially be the sign that we are getting a Nintendo 64 Mini down the road. Now, this doesn't seem all that surprising, given the fact that we have had a Nintendo NES Mini and a Super Nintendo NES Mini, the classics. So, a Nintendo 64 Classic released in a smaller and then also including games with it is going to happen. It's not as a matter of if. I wonder if it's ever going to. No, it's going to happen. It's a no-brainer. But basically, what they've done is that they filed for a trademark for the N64 name. The trademark was found for something in somewhere called Japanese Nintendo. And this is what that trademark was discovered in this blog. It's called Japanese Nintendo. It says it filed now from a blog. I'm going to read it exactly what it says. It says the trademark filing was discovered by the Nintendo blog, simply known as Japanese Nintendo, from a trademark filing site based in Japan, with the blog having found that the filing for the N64 name lists various purposes related to its use. The filing for the N64 is related to a program for downloadable video games, a ROM for storing a program from home video games, a TV video game machine, a portable electronic game machine, joysticks, controllers, and more. What does that mean? It means is that Nintendo is filed a patent to cap this name so they could plaster it on a lot of things that they're going to do in the future. And what people speculate is that we're going to get an N64 Mini or an N64 Classic. And that's what it's called. Nintendo 64 is hands down my absolute favorite Nintendo console until I get the Switch. Nintendo 64 had done so many things incredibly awesome with video games. It pushed video games forward in ways that not a lot of people know. This console was amazing. And the fact that it could get a mini release is actually awesome. In terms of games, welcome back, Saturday Night. In terms of games, I would really like Mario 64, Mario Tennis, Ocarina of Time. If they're cool with, Star Fox 64 as well. Star Fox 64 has to be in that game. Pilot Wings 64, Wave Race 64, maybe Quest 64 as well too. That's not that good of a game. Majora's Mask, possibly. Let's see what other games. I'd say any of the Rare games, but unfortunately, the Rare games aren't owned by Nintendo anymore. Maybe Donkey Kong 64, maybe, perhaps, even if it's owned by Rare, but Nintendo owns the characters, so maybe they might be able to put that. The Donkey Kong Country games that's just for SNES, so never mind. A lot of the games that define this console were done by Rare, so I don't know if we'll see those. But Nintendo did make a lot of great games. And, I mean, like the Mario Party games, the Zelda games. Ocarina of Time is my absolute favorite game of all time. And it was in the N64. So, that will be the game that I will be playing first. But that's if it's announced, if it's official. None of this is official. It's all speculation. But you know what? E3 is in a couple of weeks, so watch out for that, because Nintendo is going to be revealing something, and I think that's where we're going to get the announcement. I'm making a prediction. We're going to get an announcement that the N64 Mini is going to get released, which goes well with why they removed the Virtual Console, or why it's not there, or they're not going to ever put it there. And that's cool, Saturday Night, if it's not the most favorite. I thought it was just the most impactful one. I just love it to death. But of course, there's so many. I mean, A Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds, freaking the first Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Phantom Hourglass. I'm trying to remember. There's so many. The Wind Waker. Oh, the Oracle of Ages and the Oracle of Seasons. Yes, those were great games. And that's perfectly fine. There are so many of them, and I love all of them. But Ocarina of Time is just my absolute favorite of all time. I do love Breath in the Wild, but I don't own it, so I can't really say much about that. I do love that game, though. Yeah, Oracle of Ages and Seasons are so dark. If you replay it as an adult, as a child, you miss a lot of the lore. I actually own those two games on my 3DS. And in the Mavs suck ass and you know it news, apparently the Overwatch League is in a little bit of a decline. For example, how Symmetria is totally destroyed in Ages and the consequences of the time shifts. Yeah, I know, right? What about the consequences in the seasons changing? I don't remember that game too well. I have to replay it, though. All right. If you don't know, the Overwatch League, if you follow Overwatch or you play Overwatch, you can't get away from the Overwatch League. This is the first year the Overwatch League is up, but apparently the Overwatch League has had a string of problems. Its string of issues with controversies surrounding the player conduct. It seemed the kind of draconian how they treated its players. And given that Overwatch is not the most popular game on Twitch, it's also seen like a decline in interest. But the Overwatch League is actually even more on a downward spiral than a lot of you like to admit, considering that since week 1 to week 4, we have seen a decline, and even as the season goes on, it's even lower and lower. But apparently, even billionaire Mark Cuban sees that the league is trending to a downward, and he actually said this in something called the Big 12 conference. This is a college sports conference. So this is what he said about the impact of Fortnite, and eventually got to the point where he was talking about Overwatch.
Now every major team's trying to start a Fortnite team, and they're all,
But how long is Fortnite going to be popular? That's one of the big questions.
Well, I mean, it's got a good head start, and it's not even so much how long is Fortnite going to be popular. It's what's happening to other games, particularly in the United States, since that's where you guys are based. Yeah. I think Overwatch is going. What happens to OWL?
I'm glad nobody from Blizzard's sitting on this.
And that's it. So basically, Mark Cuban, who, if you don't know, he is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire with the letter B. And he said that the Overwatch League is in the decline. He doesn't see this as a... Now, why would someone like Mark Cuban say that? Well, for starters, it didn't seem like he was just kind of doing shit talking for the sake of shit talking. I do think that he follows esports, especially with what's been going on with owners of the NBA putting stake, like for instance, like there are esports teams in League of Legends that are owned by NBA teams. It's very, very awesome to see that kind of franchising going on. So you see actual people who are in sports still talking about like esports. Now, they were talking about like the legitimacy of esports. Like, is this a real sport? Is it just entertainment? But he talked about Fortnite's success, and unfortunately, he kind of went saying that Overwatch is in the decline and what's going to happen with the Overwatch League. And personally, I kind of agree with him. Oh my God. Are they trying to fly? Oh my God. This is the cycle of life, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night's pigeons are learning to fly. Okay, so is the Overwatch League losing popularity? Yes. Its viewership has gone in the decline, and I don't think that a lot of people really see this as they don't see this like, okay, those are just the haters. No, it's legitimate. The Fortnite is going to the first season, and it's already keep losing viewership. They're going to the first playoffs, and they're still losing viewership. If you can't get your viewership up now, and I think a big reason is because of a couple of things. Number one, because of that controversy that was happening with the player rules, with the talking about the disciplinary action that was done to a couple of players that were online. But you know what? This sort of thing, you could expect it from every professional esports league. It's just that it felt like this one was very overly restrictive and very overly favoritism. Favoring some players over others, and singling out certain players like XQC, which we talked about how he got swatted. XQC was a person who, while felt that the rules were applied to him fairly and he accepts his responsibilities, he does think that the rules kind of technically do apply to some players more than others, and it's a shame. It is a shame because this is a league that should be fair to all the players. And that's kind of soured people the wrong way. And let's be honest, Overwatch is 2 years old. And it's not done anything different. It's added a couple of things here and there, but it's not done anything remarkably different except from like adding a new character, adding a new map. Overwatch is kind of going to be this game forever. This is the appeal. This was what it was going to do. And hey, okay, too bad, but they've developed a lot of feathers. So, off-topic question, if they fly away, does that mean they just don't come back? If they fly away? They just kind of fly away and they just don't come back to you? They go out to the wild and become pigeons of their own? Such is the cycle of life. You breed them, you protect them, and then they fly away and become part of Mother Nature. Oh, they come back. Yay! Saturday Night doesn't get to lose his baby pigeon's family. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not seeing doom and gloom for the Overwatch League. I will say that if nothing changes and things keep going down and down and down, and let me just put it to you this way. Mark Cuban is a billionaire, and he's a businessman, and he has helped form businesses and help people with ideas to make money. He knows about trends. So if he sees it, and he's kind of just like looking at it at the numbers, then Overwatch League better do something, because he was successful doing this. I mean, seriously, he's not doing this because he hates Overwatch. He's doing it because I think he legitimately thinks that it's on a downward spiral and they need to change something. Oh, feeping? What's feeping? Is that when is that chirping, or what is feeping? And in what is feeping news today, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ubisoft. Their conference is in a couple of weeks. 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, before E3. And I'm very, very excited. I'm keeping myself grounded, but E3 is coming very, very soon. Now, what's going on with Ubisoft, you ask? Okay, well, Ubisoft basically has just kind of already revealed everything that they're going to talk about. And they're teasing surprises. And that's what I kind of find kind of Oh. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, that's adorable. That's cute. I love that. I love the little chirpy sounds. Beep, 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 beep. I love that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ubisoft has officially just kind of went, well, whatever. We're going to tell everybody what we're going to talk about. And that's what they did. They revealed that they were going to talk about For Honor, and they're going to talk about Tom Clancy's The Division 2, which they said they were going to reveal it. They're going to talk about Beyond Good and Evil, Skull and Bones, Starlink, Battle for Atlas, and Transference, which I have no idea what any of that is. Strange how they're feeping and their parents are grr. Oh, that is so adorable. So let's view this lineup reveal.
Previously on UBE3.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miyamoto-san.
We really want to do Egypt justice.
It's gorgeous.
I'd like to introduce you to Hope County, Montana. You're gonna need to raise some hell.
Oh my god, this fucking dude. This dude is always talking doom and gloom about things. That's why he talked about The Division as well.
And this is your chance to not just survive, but to climb the food chain and surpass the legend of every pirate who ever sailed the high seas.
This looks like it's Skull and Bones.
It's about bloody time.
No, there's still no gameplay footage. But yes, Ubisoft.
Yes, legit boss 2018, and if I was capable of emotions, I'd be pretty excited. I'm an AI assistant, not a fortune teller, but Ubisoft usually likes to save a few surprises for the show.
There you go.
Maybe just watch the conference?
Yeah, and there you go. They are actually going to be... And with that, they have just confirmed a whole bunch of things that were happening at the conference in a few weeks. They haven't announced anything surprisingly, but I think maybe a lot of people might think that they're going to get another Assassin's Creed reveal, like another Splinter Cell Ghost Recon Wildlands event, another Splinter Cell game, perhaps, maybe a new game we haven't seen at all. But the honest truth is, Ubisoft's conferences are always sparked with interesting things happening. Aisha Tyler not being funny and other things. But honestly, hey, if you guys are excited for Ubisoft games, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, if you're Dino, and then you'll definitely want to watch. Dino's like the biggest Assassin's Creed fan. Like he totally excited for this. As for me, I just like to hear more stuff about Far Cry 5's Season Pass and talk about what else they're doing with that game. So, and in Big B would be great if the devs stop being dick news. The Wolf Among Us. The second season of The Wolf Among Us has been delayed till 2019. I decided to talk a little bit about this because I played the first game. Great game. Great story. Great introduction to the Fables. What's so cool is that they use Fables, the comic book, to make The Wolf Among Us, and now the creators of Fables have The Wolf Among Us as a comic book. It goes full circle. It goes full circle. And, of course, it is kind of unfortunate that they are delaying this game till 2019. Now, this game was announced in 2017. But as many of you probably or don't know, they were hit with layoffs and restructuring. Probably because they focused so much on making games for Marvel, for Minecraft. They're doing so many games all at the same time. They spread themselves too thin, and they got so many people. And then when those games weren't doing as good, all of a sudden they found themselves going, oh shit, yeah, we don't need these people anymore. So they just got rid of a bunch of people. And due to that restructuring, The Wolf Among Us, the second season, got ultimately gotten rid of. And this is the discussion. This is what they said. Here's part of the discussion about the postponement. This is what they said. They say, ultimately, our goal is to deliver an experience deserving of the passion you've consistently shown for The Wolf Among Us. And these extra months will give us time we need to do our best work. We are extremely enthusiastic about how the game is progressing so far, and we can't wait to dig any deeper. And then, of course, they talk about, they said that whether or not this game is going to get revealed at E3 or not. But they said that it's probably healthy to manage any expectations as they post. The Wolf Among Us, based on Bill Willingham's award-winning Fables comic book series, will now launch in 2019. And there's a blog post here that follows up with that. Now, The Wolf Among Us was a great game. It's actually one of Telltale's better games, I think. But it is kind of disappointing. It is disappointing that I don't think that they were like, I mean, I'm happy that they're giving the game more time, but honestly, they have been using the same game engine to push out game after game after game after game after game after game. They need to do something different. However, The Wolf Among Us was actually quite excellent. And yes, while it's being delayed all the way up to 2019, that's another year we have to wait. But there's no shortage of things. I mean, I'm playing God of War, for God's sakes. I'm playing Monster Hunter. I'm playing Far Cry 5. I got a PlayStation 4. I'm getting so many other games on PC. It's positively great. But ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line is that while it's not terribly bad that a game is getting delayed to get refinement, it is kind of bad when you're being forced to do this just because of, restructuring. You got rid of a bunch of people. And definitely not cool. But basically, well, I mean, I hope that they get this right. That's all I'm hoping for. So we'll see what happens. First world problem, having too many great games to play. It is a first world problem. And I'm also getting Detroit Become Human. I'm also getting Death Stranding, Kingdom Hearts 3 when it eventually comes out. Hope it gets announced. Hope it gets announced soon. So we'll see what happens. So let's see what happens. I hope that we get get a great game. We might not get a reveal this year, but anyway, we'll see. And we're going to do something a little different, which is we're going to take kind of like a list of games that are discussed about the most anticipated games. This is per Game Rant. The most anticipated games that they believe that are going to be out at E3. And we start the list with Anthem. So Anthem is make or break for BioWare. If this game fails, BioWare is done. This is basically BioWare and EA's version of Destiny. This game is also going to have loot boxes. This game is also going to have microtransactions. Now, people like Casey Hudson, who are in charge of BioWare, and Drew Karpyshyn, who worked on Mass Effect, worked on the game. But guess what? He's gone. And a couple of other key people who were a part of this game are also gone as well, too. So, I am not so sure that we're going to be getting our money's worth. I do hope that the game is great. I do hope that it lives up to the hype. I am rooting for BioWare, but they're under the control of EA, so I am not looking forward to this at all. I'm not even that excited for Anthem, but we'll see it for sure this year at E3 in a few weeks, where Andrew Wilson will brag about how awesome his company is and how we suck really badly, but in polite words. And then after that, the next game is Battlefield 5, which is the, of course, we were going to get another EA DICE game. They gave up on Battlefront 2. They pretty much just gave up on it. And they even just revealed a gameplay trailer of it, which you could check out for yourself. But honestly, I think part of it is just it's all CG. The game is going to get released on October the 19th. So we are getting an EA DICE game this year. I am not looking forward to this game either. The last big Battlefield game that came... Well, actually, the last big Battlefield game that came out was Battlefield 1, which actually was really good. Unfortunately, before that, we've got Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline. So their streak with Battlefield games have not been great. So I am not sure whether or not this is going to change things or not, but we'll have to see. I'm not very excited for this game either. Next game is the CD Projekt Red game, and hopefully we'll get a reveal. They said that they are going to show Cyberpunk 2077. However, there's a good chance that they might be showing something completely different. I don't want something completely different. I want them to freaking announce CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077. I am sick of waiting. Give me Cyberpunk, please. Death Stranding. This game I'm actually looking forward to a lot. This is Hideo Kojima's Sony's big ones. They didn't talk about Death Stranding that much last year, but guess what? They're going to announce a release date. They're going to probably show a lot more footage, and we're going to get some gameplay footage as well too. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm very excited for Death Stranding. I now have a PlayStation, so I could play it now. So I could totally just take advantage of that and play that game, and I'm just looking forward to playing that game so much. But we'll have to see what that game is about. You just got to temper your expectations a little bit because we haven't technically gotten much gameplay out of this. So I hope that in the Sony press conference, we'll see some gameplay footage. We'll see Hideo Kojima. We'll see Norman Reedus. And we'll see Guillermo del Toro all in the same room as we all fangasm. We all fangasms. Next game is Kingdom Hearts 3. Apparently, this is going to be the one where Square Enix's conference is going to take full force, show us a whole bunch of Kingdom Hearts 3. This game is only going to come out on PlayStation, so good that I have one. They are going to reveal a release date announcement for this game. This game has been way too much time in the making. I cannot stress this enough. We want this game badly. And we just saw some gameplay footage a few days ago, which shows how completely bonkers Kingdom Hearts 3 is. And of course, I said that if they revealed this game to come out this year, I would get every Kingdom Hearts game bought for the PlayStation 4 and add it to the list to play these games to get myself prepared for Kingdom Hearts 3, which I promise I would do that. Don't worry, guys. It's going to happen. Rage 2. We got some revelations for these already. A couple of games. This is actually spoiled by accident. But Rage 2 is actually looking fairly excellent. I'm very looking forward to. I do hope that this game is better than the first game. This might be the Borderlands game that we've been wanting for a while, but we're not getting Borderlands announced this year either. So Rage 2, I mean, I liked Rage, but honestly, its technical shortcomings and bugs kind of held it from being a great game. I do want this game, and I am going to get this game. Hopefully, by then, I'll have a better video card so I can play it on PC.
Rank up! Hold the line!
Oh my god!
This hamlet shall not fall.
Oh my god! Dr. Snipe! Oh my god! Snipe is snapping us!
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Oh my god! Oh! Well, hello, Dr. Snape's raids. Hello! Defend... Okay, Rage soldiers. Defend yourselves! We have been sniped. What is up, man? How's it going? I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad all of you are here from Dr. Snipe's channel. So, please, feel free to make yourselves at home. Welcome to the LiveCast. I'm talking about the most upcoming game, the top upcoming games at E3. So, let's not stop the fun. I'm doing good. Snipe, how are you doing? You doing good? I'm glad that you're here, man. Thank you for dropping the host and for bringing the raid. Bringing the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. Boy. Welcome. Just got off of work? Well, that's great. That's awesome to hear. Duckies. But the duckies are all wet because it's raining outside. Spider-Man. The game Spider-Man. This game is starting to become one of my most anticipated games.
Pain
here.
would only make you stronger, boy.
This will make you stronger. Spider-Man will make you stronger, boy. This game is going to definitely get some more gameplay footage. And, well, I didn't say I was going to get rid of it. I said I was going to add new stuff. I'm going to add new stuff. I actually forgot. I'm sorry. Damn it. I even have the sound effect. I just have to edit it a little bit. I want to make it like booming. So I want to work on that.
Here's to new
beginnings. Welcome to the Fico community, Jamieton, Mr. Jamieton or Mrs. Jamieton. Welcome, Jamieton. Welcome. Bonjour. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the Empanada Squad. Welcome to the LiveCast with the most Fico community members in it. Welcome. I'm so glad that you followed. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you're doing good, and welcome to the stream. Welcome. So we're just putting a finality on the most anticipated games that Game Rant says, like Smash Brothers and The Division and The Last of Us, which I'm looking forward to a lot, because first of all, The Last of Us is coming up to to do a couple of I love The Last of Us, and I absolutely just want to find out what happens next into the game. Of course, I'm excited for Smash Brothers, but of course I need a Switch. And also, The Division 2, I never played The Division 1, so I don't know what The Division 2 is going to offer. But as I said, they are going to reveal more on Ubisoft's conference, which is in a few weeks. So I hope that you guys tune in, because I will be live casting during every conference, and I am going to give I'm going to try to give my life impressions for all of this. So you said that the Dr. Snipe says that it got old for him. Okay. I'm sorry that it got, I mean, actually, it was kind of right off the bat that things didn't go so well, but I hope that this game has enough changes that'll happen.
Here's to new beginnings.
Hello, Mr. Woody. Mr. Woody XU5. Welcome to the Empanada Squad. Welcome to the Fee community. You'll get an empanada. Everyone here gets an empanada. I make them okay. I hope that you guys have a good time here. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. As well as for Jamieton. And I hope that you guys are doing good. How are you guys doing today? How's it going with you, Jamieton and Woody? How are y'all doing? Doing good? Because I'm doing great. I'm sweating a little bit because it's hot in here and it's summer. And kind of got to do this. Actually, let me take a sip of water real quick. I need some water to refresh. I'm great. Well, that's glad to hear. That's glad to hear. I'm happy that you're doing good. So, I'm very thankful for the follows, guys. Thank you for joining in. And in the agony of agonizing things, agonizing in agony, this is going to be the last game news related thing that we're going to talk about. That is water. It is water. I promise. It's not TEA or tea or soda or I promise it's going to be great. So, apparently this game is going to be brutally difficult, agony, and it's also apparently almost landed an adults only rating because of the violence. So, let's see what this mode is about.
Peggy,
it's called
18.
Agony mode. Oh dear. One life. Endless torment. Oh, wow. Solve quest. Oh, this sounds... Why are you in black and white? Oh, wow. Why is this in black and white? Procedurally generated. Oh, this is a fucking maze, guys. Hell. I think that they want to avoid getting the NC-17 rating. I'm sorry, they almost threatened to get the NC-17 rating because apparently this game is very violent, very sexually explicit. I hope it's good too. I want this game very, 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 very badly. And definitely something. I'm looking forward to getting scared by this game. So, but anyway, the last thing that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today is actually a little different than the things that I normally do. And this has to do with what I do. This has to do with streaming. Now, yesterday, while I was streaming, one of my newer followers, Goat Noodles, said that, did you see the video about the black guy talking about his experience in Twitch? So, and I'm like, no, I haven't seen that video until I actually saw it because it was shared in the Tampa Bay streamers group. Now, I'm going to play the video and we're going to do some commentary about it, but I'm going to let the video play a little bit so you guys can get a little idea. Now, I will tell you this is a little depressing. I do hope that you guys can stick with me because I would like to have a little bit of a discussion to end the live cast about streaming. So I'd like to, but I do want to show you guys this dude. I'm not sure if you guys seen this video or not, but I'm going to show you guys this video so we could play it. And this guy used to be, oh, don't be scared. There's nothing graphic about this video. It's just a little tough to watch. But it is a video about a former Twitch streamer, and he basically expresses what streaming meant to him or did for him. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so you guys can hear him. And this is him just ranting about what happened to him because of streaming. So we'll talk about this as well too.
It's currently 3:44 a.m. Been having a pretty rough night. Actually been thinking about Twitch a lot, just because I haven't done it in so long. Maybe it's 6-7 months now. Just because I kind of given up on it. I was doing other things, but I've been thinking about it a lot, and it's affecting me emotionally because I remember so much fun I had. But I don't know.
He's definitely coming from it from an emotional standpoint, but he's going to start getting into the points in a bit where he's going to talk about what Twitch, how his experience with Twitch was. And basically, in the Tampa Bay streamers group, he mentions like, is this the future of us? But let's let it.
I'm just going to say whatever I want in this video. I already know nobody's going to watch this, so I'm pretty much just going to speak freely. If you happen to watch it, then hey. But I just want to talk, just so I have all this on record, that, you know, Twitch is a very dangerous place. And I'm not discrediting the company at all, because it's a very good thing for gamers. I love gaming. It's what I do. But it's a very dangerous place on your life when you're trying to come up. And I'm going to explain a couple reasons why. Number one, when you're trying to become a streamer, and after 3 years, I only have around 6,000 followers after 3 years.
Okay, so this is where he starts talking about his Twitch streamers. Now, he has been doing this for 3 years. And he says he has only 6,000 followers. Now, to me, 6,000 followers is a lot of people. I'd be thankful to have 6,000, and I am thankful for my hundreds of followers, especially like the new ones that keep coming in, like you guys, like Woody, like Jamieton, but of course he's looking at this as with the numbers. Yeah, that's a lot of people. 6,000 followers is Twitch partnership numbers. If you have 6,000. But the thing is that with 6,000 followers, you should have a good average of people watching you. Now, 6,000 followers is small next to people like Ninja. Now, subs obviously matter more than followers, but you know what? Having 6,000 people that click to follow, it's actually still a pretty big deal. As you said, it's like obviously subs matter more because I mean these are the people that are paying you to watch you. But you know what? I see every follow as a victory, because I like it that people see my content and they go, oh my God, yeah, I'm gonna follow him, and I am so grateful for every follower that I get. And to me, when someone says only 6,000 followers, that seems like, really? Only 6,000? So clearly he's kind of going with the numbers. I know someone who has 2 years active and is having 24 followers, but only 200 people are always watching, and maybe 400 if he's on the front page. I would kill for those numbers as well too right now. I would love 200 watchers, and of course, obviously you would like thousands of followers, but the people who follow is always disproportionate. I mean, look at Ninja. Ninja has millions of followers, but he has thousands of people watching. So always, I feel that the following number is going to always disproportionate the watching numbers. But you know what? These people that follow you will also come back. I care about the people that come back, like people like you, like the new ones, everyone that comes back and watches and just hangs out. I'm super grateful. I think once they start making it like this guy, they start to stop the grind, can get big-headed, and you have to be grateful no matter what. I absolutely agree. You have to be grateful for the people you have around. A lot of people get lost in the numbers, and they feel like they're not doing enough. Let's continue watching. He gets into it a little deeper.
And that's going hard for 3 years. That's going real hard. It's going very hard. It's going active 5 days a week, 7-hour streams, doing multiple different things to try and stand out, and so many different things. But it takes over your life, because when you're trying to make it as a full-time streamer and you want to do it full-time, because the goal is to make it on Twitch so you can make enough money to where you can do it full-time. You don't have to have a real job and juggle a real job and doing full-time streaming, which I'm telling you right now, it's impossible. Don't even attempt to do it. Don't attempt to do full-time streaming 5 days a week and have a full-time job, bro, because you're going to lose your life. You're going to lose your girlfriend like I did. You're going to lose all your friends like I did, because you're constantly in the house playing the game, trying to be there at the right place at the right time, trying to get your face out there, because if you don't stream, nobody sees you. And
okay, so let's stop this right here again. And this is where he's saying that he's put a lot of effort, and I have to disagree with him by saying that, yes, you can have a full-time job and stream. Now, obviously, streaming full-time requires you to put a lot more hours, clearly. And I do try to put as many hours as I can. But I myself realize that my growth is happening. But the reality is that I'm streaming, but I cannot do it full-time. And while it would be great one day for that to happen, realistically, the chances of that happening they're small. You got to get lucky. It seems that you got to get lucky in order to do this. I don't agree that people should just be doing Twitch just so that they don't get a real job. Twitch, that's another thing. It's almost kind of going at it like, oh, Twitch is not a real job. Some people got to get stuck doing real things when they really want to. To me, personally, but if it is true what he's saying, if you go 8 hours a day to work, and then you do 8 hours of streaming, that's 16 hours of your day that has gone. 16 hours, which is why if you want to do a full-time job, you would do what I would do, which would be stream a little bit every day, go to work, come home, and do not stream what bit whatsoever. Don't stream, plan things out a little bit, but don't stream, because you want to have some time to, prepare your stream and get yourself calm. It's stressful, because it leaves you with 8 hours of your day. That's all that's left. 8 hours of your day. It could totally be bad. So I would not recommend that anybody do this, which is why I think he is having these feelings now, because he hustled so hard and he definitely got burned out. And he talks about it a little bit more.
And after 3 years, of streaming full time, you know, I had a lot of good times, but at the end of the day, bro, it's like some people just don't make it, bro. Some people just don't make it. Some people just don't get there, man. You know, and no matter what you do, like you know, you never get hosted. You always stay at the bottom. You know, I've asked my friends. I've asked them this. I apologize for getting emotional about this subject. It does make me emotional because gaming is something that I love to do. It's my life, bro. I was homeschooled my whole life. Pretty much my entire childhood was like doing a little book doing a little classroom book and then playing video games the rest of the day. It's been my entire life. So when I found out that I could, you know, make it a career, it was overjoying. And it's just sorry, I got a little confused for a second. I apologize, but after it takes over your life, and there's a facade of, oh, you know, you just stream organically, and people are gonna come, bro. People don't come, bro. 400 people aren't gonna pop in your stream, and then trust me, I know after 4 years, dude. The only way that's gonna happen is for you to get hosted. If you get hosted, or if you're in the right place at the right time, then it'll happen. But for most people, it doesn't happen, bro. It doesn't happen.
Well, I have to talk a little bit of truth. It doesn't always happen for everybody, and unfortunately, that's the reality. Streaming is a thing that it doesn't work for everybody. It's the same as YouTube. I did YouTube for years, and I admit I wasn't as consistent, but there were times where I would work hard on a video and nobody would watch it. And that's fine because I was doing it as like, you know, as a hobby, which is what I'm doing with Twitch. I'm actually super thankful that I'm an affiliate, and I just want to do it consistently because I just love to do it. But eventually, if you're going in the mindset that you're going to make this into a career, that I think is where I think things start to go wrong. Saturnite says he lost track of enjoying the streaming time and got too competitive, just focused on getting the money. That's absolutely true. I do this because it's fun. I do this because I have a good time with you guys. I love communicating with you guys. Every time I think to myself, Dr. Snipe says, every time I think to myself why I'm not making it, and always come back to me more than I can do. Every time I think to myself, why am I not making it? And it always comes back to me more than I could do. The reality is that's where I think you have to go back with you have to be thankful with what you have. Look, going to things. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Oh, we know. Thank you. Thank you. The reality is, and I'm sorry that this is all very sad, but in reality, if you go into it thinking you're in this to make money, that you can make, okay, yes, you could technically make it into a career to be a full-time streamer, but it is unlikely that you will do this. You just have to hustle. You have to network yourself. You have to evolve. You have to change. You have to change the image of the channel. You have to stream things. That's why I like the variety streams, because it gets me exposed to different games, gets me different experiences. A few weeks ago, I was playing an RPG. A few weeks ago, I was playing a first-person shooter. And now I'm playing God of War. It changes. And it's not gaming that I don't want to do. It's gaming that I want to do. It's games that I would love to play. Networking is very, very important. Go to streams, go support them, chat with them, talk with them, get support. It works. Go into streams, spend a little time every once in a while in a stream. Ask them how they're doing. It means so much. Oh, I'm sorry, so much. I've done it myself. Habby is one of my new followers, and he's trying to become an affiliate as well. I gave him advice. We all tried to help him. Hellspawner wants to do like ping him privately. I followed him. So if he goes live, I'll be able to see his stream so I could give him advice. I've invited him to my Discord, which I admit is a little desolate because I'm just spending so much time on Jocko's Discord, but I'm working on that. And but I've created like a place where people can feel like welcome. And you have to go find those places as well too. A lot of it is networking. A lot of it is like not just dropping, hey, give me a follow, but it's more like, hey, I really like what you're doing. I have a question. Hey, I really like this. I go to art streams and people have followed me back, and it's great. It's not just also networking over the stream itself. It takes a lot of time. Also, the preparations, improvements, and behind the scenes are really time consuming. And they could totally destroy your timetables. That's why I personally just do what I can to prepare myself before time. I'm very good at managing my time. I do good with managing my time. For instance, a live cast will go 2 to 3 hours or 2 to 2.5 hours. Every morning I stream for 2 hours, so I know that I have to get stuff ready before. It really does screw yourself up. You have to go in it when you want to stream. My personal recommendation is just kind of don't let the stream consume you. Don't spend, like yesterday it was Saturday. It was a rare day off, so I wanted to stream some God of War. I wanted to go out that day, and I did. And today, I'm going to go out today again. I might stream later in the day, and it's a grind. Gaming is fun, and yeah, that's where the reality of the situation is. It could be fun, but at the same time, you have to realize that if you want to do a successful stream, it's a grind. You have to evolve. You have to change. You have to create. You have to get with people to make your stream that you want to get your stream make better. It's not just about going every day and playing games all day. It actually requires a lot more work, and that's something that I completely, totally understand. And that's something that I am still working on. Of course, I've got to catch up with somebody that agreed to make a logo. I want somebody to make my emoji. It's something that I should have taken care of before, but I am going to be taking care of it. But in reality, and that's very true. The community, you have to build the community. You have to foster the community. It's not just about streaming every day.
And it didn't happen for me, and I couldn't let my life go down destruction anymore. And if you want to see where my life has gone, I'm just going to give you a preview here. You can just take a look at my room. It's pretty bad. There's my green screen over there. My mic is over there. I just kind of put it down. But this is where my life has taken me. Alone, no girlfriend, no friends, nothing. Just...
Okay, see, that part seems like it was more him. I think what he's trying to make, I think he is emotionally devastated that Twitch didn't work for him after so much work. But I think he's blaming Twitch as a whole, as the whole thing of streaming. And I think he's, part of this had to have had yourself, you'd have to have had an element in there for you. You'd have to have done, it was your decision to get into streaming. And for 3 years, you only got 6,000 followers, and you said that it didn't work for you. But it's not the entirety of streaming's fault. It's just that it didn't work out for you. But you could have just kept your community. You could have just kept on developing your community. You should not have depended on this to just be your supplemental job. It does feel like, yeah, I feel for him, but imagine if he hadn't given up 7 months like he said, he might have 7,000 followers. It would be a little easier. Exactly. the last thing that you want to do is, if you really look, here's what I say. Here's what I would say. If you enjoy what you are doing, if you enjoy streaming, if you like streaming, do it. If you find that streaming is making you miserable and you're alone and you're without friends and family and friendships and relationships are getting damaged and your life is getting messed up because of it and you don't have any passion to do this anymore, step away, because it's doing you more harm than good. So, I mean, he doesn't feel like it's working for him. Maybe it's best for him. It is unfortunate, but yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, and that's a thing too. Like, he had 6,000 followers, and yet he had no friends, and that seems very, like, that's another thing. I mean, I think he might have just seen it as, I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna make it big. Yeah. He needed a better mindset, and we'll get to that as well in just a few moments.
Nothing, because I devoted so much time to streaming and staying in the house and playing video games. Let me just say it that way: staying in the house and playing video games, thinking it's actually going to get me somewhere and give me a career and make me a substantial amount of money to where I won't have to work at my real job. And that's another thing. When you're trying to be a full-time streamer and you have a real job, you're gonna constantly be at your real job, hating it. You're gonna start hating your real job, because you're gonna be there and you're gonna be like, man, I really don't want to do this job. I just want to stream. I want to be home. I want to be interacting with people. I want to be playing the game that I love. I don't want to be sitting here putting money in some fat ass's pockets just so you could get laid off, which has happened to me multiple times since I've been streaming. I've gotten laid off before.
And I have to completely disagree with him again, because I work at a full-time job and I don't hate being at that full-time job. And maybe that's my situation now currently, but I don't find myself at work constantly streaming. I also last week when my friends came to take me out, I did feel at times like I wanted to stream, but I found the value of being out of the house being better. Working a full-time job does not suck if you're a streamer. If you want to be a full-time streamer, maybe so. But you have to prepare yourself to do things on a full-time streamer. You have to see the numbers and you have to see things happening and calculate and think, oh yeah, I'm making a lot of money streaming. I can pay my stuff. I can pay myself. But it goes without saying that you just don't.
Ryder, you have changed. Why is that? Ryder, you have changed.
Right on cue.
Ryder, you have changed. Ryder, what's up with you?
I knew it.
What's up?
You were wondering when it was gonna happen. You were wondering when it was gonna happen, and there he is, Noah, talking about a serious subject, and then you have to come in. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, I'm happy he's here. So, super happy. Noah, welcome to the stream. It's coming to an end, but we're just talking about this dude who was trying to stream, and it didn't work out for him, and we're kind of getting the perspective of that, and we're still watching his video, so.
And right now, I'm just currently a biker. I deliver food on a bike, and it's okay, but, it's not what I wanted to do, but what else can I do,
You can get a better job. You can educate yourself. You could totally put your mentality into doing something better, changing your mindset, getting help, not succumbing to the reality that you failed as a streamer, so your life is over. That's not the right attitude to have. That's what I would not do.
Streaming it pretty much got me to this point simply because I focused on it too much, and I let a lot of things pass me by, thinking that if I keep streaming, like everyone says, like you should just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. You'll organically get people. Listen, bro, like I said, 400 people aren't going to randomly come in your stream, bro. There's no way for that to happen. Unless you really know somebody. But I can just tell you that I have done multiple things within these 3 years to try and get there. I've tried. I've built friendships. I did all the things that people said. Be on at this time. Be there when a game first comes out. None of that shit works, dude. None of it works.
That's not true either. That works when people and also it just goes to show you is like you also have to want to stream the games you want to stream as well too. You don't just stream the games that come out. Yes, streaming the games that come out does benefit you, but unfortunately what they don't tell you is that when a game comes out and everybody is streaming it, you could get buried. I mean, like for instance, like if I start playing Fortnite, the most popular game that's out there, I'm gonna be like on the very, very bottom. I mean, like your chances, you might get somebody watch you on Fortnite, but I'm not gonna play Fortnite if I don't want to play Fortnite. It does depend. I mean, some games are like, for instance, like if I say I'm gonna play a game, and people are excited, then I'm gonna play it because it's also a game. And of course, it just goes back to his mentality. He said that this shit doesn't work. He said that he built friendships, but I honestly think that he might have treated this as a he might have treated this more as a like I'm gonna become successful. I'm gonna be okay. This isn't something that I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna quit my job. And that's just the mentality he had. It wasn't working for him, so, you know.
Your stream is always at the bottom. Nobody sees you, and you just don't get anywhere, man. But all of that stuff isn't why I didn't make it, and I don't blame any of that. I blame myself. I blame something I just blame giving it too much time. I should have done it a lot more casually. I shouldn't have devoted so much time to it and let my life get like this. You know, I should have never let my life get like this, man. Should have never let it happen.
Your life like that is not streaming's fault. You dedicated it too much time, and you let the failures get to you. You let the failures get to you, and it is unfortunate that it didn't work for you, and it didn't work for him. And the reality is, it's not going to work for everybody. Not everybody is going to be good at streaming. Not everybody is built to withstand people's comments and interact with people. It takes practice. It takes just doing it more and more. And also, it's also like rolling with the punches. It's also finding out, gauging with your community. Go buy a cat camera, and do empanada streams with your cat. Fico Kings with cats. Problem is, without a name, your channel will totally get ignored if you're just concentrating on streaming the most popular trends, especially if you're not enjoying it. Yes. Yeah, it is. I mean, like, for him, he let streaming consume him. He let the streaming get to him. But it is important to talk about. It is important to see that you have to be prepared for the failures. And this is a thing that I think Twitch has kind of failed to do. I do think that Twitch has kind of treated streaming like it's the OK Corral. I do think that and he does admit it. He admits that he might have missed something. He admits that it was something that he didn't do. But the thing is that I think that Twitch should be a little more proactive on getting people prepared for failure. and do what they can to better help people succeed. I mean, the people, there are channels on YouTube from streamers that do help people how to get more followers, how to get your channel like noticed, how to improve upon your channel. The Gaming Careers channel on YouTube is excellent to get yourself started as well, interact with your community, go network with other streams as well too. But the reality is, despite all of that, you are still going to, at times, some people are going to fail. But what you do is you take what you have, you roll with it, and you just continue to do this, continue to do it, continue to hustle, continue to put your effort. But as I've said, if it gets to the point where it's not fun anymore, you're supposed to be playing video games. You're supposed to be having fun. If you're not having fun, you should not do this to yourself. Unfortunately, if you're consumed with the numbers, if you're consumed with you being put at the bottom, if you're consumed with why nobody's paying attention to you, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to kind of either refocus your channel and try to do things, step away from it from a day or a week, and then come back and tell guys, hey, I'm ready, I'm very refreshed. But instead, he just hustled and he probably forced himself to do it, and it didn't work, and it got to him. And I think that cycle can be stopped with preparation. By the way, Fico, I had to get one by my name. I didn't cheer you because I like you. Well, thank you. I always appreciate your support. Let's finish watching this video.
But I did, and I blame myself for it. So if you guys can, nobody's gonna fucking watch this, but
413,000 views. Yeah, bro. People watch your video.
Just so the few people that do watch this video, don't let your life get like this. Don't devote so much time into streaming. Have a life, get a girlfriend, go out, have fun. Don't be me, man. Don't be me. And I like I said, I apologize about getting emotional about the subject matter, but it's a very emotional thing for me. So when you ask me, like when my friends do sometimes, why I stopped streaming, bro, this is pretty much why. Because I let my life get to this point, thinking that someday something will happen. After 3 years and only 6,000 followers, and trying multiple different things, playing multiple different games, multiple popular games, multiple not popular games, being there on releases, just doing so many different things, and nothing has worked. And I've given up, and I refuse to let my life get any worse than it already is. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say, and that's...
Yeah. And it is heartbreaking, but it is, that's kind of like the reality of what we have here. So if you let me, I actually got like a little bit more to say. And this is, I posted this on my Discord. Actually, I posted this on Becky's Coffee Shop's Discord, and I asked Jocko's group, and I said that I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow, and I was wondering if you could get your perspectives on this. It's a video of a guy who breaks down what Twitch has done to his life, what I love and enjoy. While I love and enjoying the ride, making new friends and gaining new followers, some things he mentioned, it did stick with me. I like your thoughts, and there's some element of what's saying is true. Is there more to his doing? And Saturday Night says, but Twitch is a company too, not a charity site. They get their money like YouTube by having their best streamers and will do their best to support their newcomers. But if they jump off, they are not obligated to help them. It's similar to quitting a job. Why should your boss support you if you quit your job on your own volition because you don't like it anymore? What I think what Twitch would benefit with is to help people get into the mindset of what it is like to be a streamer. Most people who try and do the hustle and bustle don't have the mentality that they'll fail. Or like what this guy did, looks like he had the mentality that he was going to go in there and make some money. And it was going to work for him, and it was going to be just golden and gravy. So I like to read in its entirety something that somebody called coffee enthusiast Lunastrix says, I don't stream, but I was a part of the early pioneer years of YouTube before it was popular. Likewise, I am now trying to freelance my way into the art world, so it isn't the same, but sort of is. Now, I don't want to discredit this man here. I do believe he has a solid point. Shit's hard. Like anyone who is working on an online business, you're banking on being seen so people will buy you into your brand. But from what I understand from the video alone, he didn't appear to expand into other streams trying to make relations with other streamers in his follower range and higher. In my opinion, you do better working with your peers than against them all. It's all about making relations, which is why this Discord exists. Bare minimum, make a friend from the coffee house and host someone may be doing something unique to your brand identity here. Join each other's streams and make small talk to boost other stats. You're better off doing this and streaming every other day than running thin like that guy. Help each other. Likewise, his exact words remind me of my own experience playing 3 years of WoW now. It was a time sink. I lost my high school friends, but honestly, I really don't care because I met a ton of other friends who care about me and value me on a whole nother level. It may have killed one aspect of my life, but boosted my confidence and showed me a side of myself I've never seen trapped in this egotistical hellhole called my town. So yeah, that's my opinion. May not be right, and it may be a hopeless romantic about pioneering the online world, but at least I'm optimistic and I'm doing what I can to make it work for me. Yeah, there is also a good point about what Lunastrix says. You build a community and you meet new people, and I'm super grateful for all of you. You are not nobodies. You are not people behind the screen. You've actually like done things and helped and made me happy doing this. That's why I love coming here, because you guys are awesome. And Noah's right. 6,000 followers is not a total failure. Now it says, I said it before, but I know somebody who has 24,000 followers and only 200 people are really watching on his stream. It is tough to get into streaming to do this successfully, but that's the reality. Now, Zach, who actually is one of the peeps that runs Jocko's group, says, I don't think you should stream if the reason is to make money from it. Just do it for fun, and when the opportunity comes and you could actually make some money off of it, you can try to evaluate if this is an option for you to make a living from it or quit your real job. And he took the words right out of my mouth, and Zach is absolutely right as well too. And I believe Jocko might have also mentioned this. It says, I think Twitch isn't as bad as the dude says it is. It's the way you use it. As Zach says, you shouldn't do it for the money or the popularity, but for your friends you make for the fun you have. And the money you get is just the appreciation of your viewers, but don't aim for it. And in my opinion, everyone should make content they like themselves, because then you'll have the highest quality content you get and have the most fun yourself. Some do grow a very big franchise, which is great, but even then you should do what you like and want, not what's expected of you. Making friends on Twitch and in communities like here is a very important aspect of your experience as well. As coffee enthusiast Lunastrix says, helping each other is very important. Even the simple, easy things like a follow or app small talk makes a difference to have a fun time. Take her words with you. Be optimistic and do what you can to make it work for you. That's also a motto of mine. Especially in Germany, when it's impossible to make a living of streaming with stuff like taxes and stuff. And I completely 100% agree. And this was all very, very, very interesting. And I thank Jocko, Zach, and Lunastrix for responding. And I'm going to end this by saying this. Streaming is supposed to be you playing video games and creating a community and having fun while you do this. You find yourself not having fun. You find yourself being a burden. You find yourself wondering, why me? Why this isn't working? What's happening to me? Am I so unlucky for this? It's obviously going to get to you because that's all you're mainly focused on. I feel bad for this guy. And I too I do take a lot of things that he said in mind. Like, some people can find themselves getting absolutely consumed in it. People can get completely completely consumed, which is like you have to take a step back, like what Noah's saying. If you find yourself not having fun, if you find yourself not enjoying what you're doing, if you find yourself that it's all about the numbers, why do I only have 6,000 followers? I should have 10,000 followers. What's going on? Why am I not, why is this happening to me? Then you have the wrong mentality. You have the wrong mentality. You have to have fun. It's just like YouTube. You have to make the content that you want to make. If you make the content that other people are making, all you're doing is you're just giving people what you think they want. Victaru, fam, when am I going to guest star on Boys of War? Whenever you want, man. I think never, but you could try to be a guest as his disappointed father simulator stream. So, Victor, you want to be my boy? You want to be a boy in my stream? Well, I know you're busy, but we'll try to make something because I have always considered you my boy. You'll always be my boy. But back to what I was saying. There is a lot that goes into Twitch. There is a lot that goes into stream. There is a lot that goes into developing your channel. But most importantly, you have to remember that you have a life. If you stream full time, you have to remember that just like a real job, you have to step away from it. Because if you were to apply the same logic of streaming to a real world job, you would never leave. You have to step back. You need time to get your sanity back. You need time to hang out with people, to ground yourself with other people. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is just going to happen to this guy. The guy that he let Twitch consume him. He wanted to be successful. That's what he was focused on, I think. And he didn't foster the community. I mean, I'm not going to pretend to say that he didn't do that. But honestly, if all you're focused is the people that are not watching you and the opportunities that you're not getting, and you're not getting hosted, and you're not getting featured, and you're not getting put into the front, and you're not, then that is what's going to happen. You're just going to doom yourself to a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to become what you yourself feared you'd be. Nobody will watch you because you've already succumbed to nobody's watching me. What people say is bullshit. Don't listen to people. And I feel for this guy. And I too was a little concerned. But you know what? I am enjoying doing this. And if I don't enjoy doing this, or if I feel that I'm not feeling physically well enough to do it, or mentally I'm not in this place, I'm going to let it go.
I'm Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca. Don't listen on Door's lies.
This is my life. This is my fucking life, guys. I don't think I could do this anymore. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to hang these and I'm going to go because that's my life now. I'm getting sound effects thrown on me. I'm done. I'm done. Quit. Bye, everybody.
Do it! Just do it!
Let's pray. Let's pray.
I'm getting sad now. This is not. I actually heard the Just Do It from like. Oh, I went over there and I heard the Just Do It thing. I might have to turn down the volume on that thing. That just explodes in my ear. But that's the wrong. That demonstration I did. That's the wrong mentality to have. You cannot. I put those sound effects there, so it's my doing, and you guys like it. So whatever. Screw me. You guys are enjoying it, and I like that you guys are enjoying it. Yeah. I think that's true. That's very loud. Especially the Shia LaBeouf one. I do want to turn that one down. I'm sorry. That one is that one unfortunately is annoyingly too loud. Oh, by the way, that one is I had actually turned that one down already, which means that it's still way too loud. So yeah. But anyway, thank you for telling me that. But anyway, my bottom line is, and this is how I'm going to end my video, and this is it. The way that I want to, yeah, I know it auto configures. OBS auto configures you. It does help, and also and SLOBS does it as well too. SLOBS can help you set up your stream as well too. My bottom line, and this is how I'm going to leave you, and this applies with everything that you do. If you don't enjoy something for the moment, my recommendation is you step away from it for a while, take a step back, and aw, thank you, Snipe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Really appreciate it. My bottom line.
Ryder, you have changed. Why is that? Ryder, you have changed. Ryder, you have changed.
Damn it!
Ryder,
I'm trying to get to my point.
What's up?
I'm trying to get to my point.
Ryder,
okay, so what I'm saying is that if you find yourself doing something that you really like to do, but you find that it is getting kind of infuriating, and you find yourself that it's not making you happy, then honestly, it's not a bad idea. Like what Noah said, step back, take some time, and if you still find that it's not making you happy, then maybe you should not do it anymore, because it's going to get to you. It's going to make you feel like a failure. But honestly, I do think that if you want to be a full-time streamer, if you want to be a full-time anything, you have to do your research. You have to do your research. You have to do your research. Please, for God's sakes, do your research. And I do hope one day Twitch does give anyone who has a channel like a guide, like something that gets people. I mean, they have TwitchCon. So you could attend TwitchCon and you could go to conventions and listen to streamers give their experiences. But I wish that they had something like a little more supplemental, like, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Really, thank you guys. My point is that if you find yourself feeling like this guy, I do hope that that you don't quit. Don't quit, because it's easy to quit. It's easy to quit. It is absolutely easy to quit. Quitting, you don't have to worry about it anymore, and that's it. If it's affecting you mentally, you should take a break. And honestly, in my perspective, I love to do this, but if I need to step away, I will do it. Oh, God. Thank you again. Thank you again. Oh, my God. You guys are... Thank you. Thank you so much. And you're absolutely right. Giving up is so easy to do. Giving up just... I mean, it's not Twitch's fault. It's not the people that are above you's fault. The mentality, you get what you put in. You get what you put in, and if you like what you're doing, and guess what? I am never going to forget any of you, ever. Unless, of course, you vanish for 3 years, and then all of a sudden I see your trigger reticle, and then it says, Dr. Simon's like, holy crap, Dr. Snipe, what the heck? The only thing that's hard to quit is smoking, hookers, and crack. And blow. And blow. Don't forget, blow is crack, isn't it? Shit. I don't know. Powdered sugar. Don't quit on that either. Dude. Oh, God. Guys. Thank you. Noah. No, you're being so kind. Dang. Man, you're all being so kind. And thank you all. And thank you all. This is why I do this. This is why I do this. I do this because you guys are a great community. You guys are fun. You guys can sometimes drive me crazy with the sound effects, but you guys like watching that. So that's what I'm all about. I'm about making you guys happy, and that's my goal in life. This is my goal in this whole thing. Is I like to have fun, so that's why you and that is what you do things that are fun. People will see that you're having a good time, and they want to have a good time as well too, which is what I want you guys to have. I want you guys to have fun, as much fun as possible, and that's what I'm all about. I'm about pleasing you guys. Anything that could improve. You only want to watch me twerk one more time. Okay. When did I do this? When did I actually do that? I don't want to have fun. Fun is overrated. No! Bad mentality, Noah. You do not want to have that mentality. Do not do that mentality. Fun is not overrated. Saturday night was probably the one where I was probably dry hump, like I was like like that because I was excited for news. But I don't know. There's a clip somewhere. Saturday night's clipped a lot, guys. You do not want pain and misery. Stop it. You want fun, happiness. Happiness. Come on, Noah. Come on, man. Oh, man. But anyway, I don't worry, because you will probably see that very soon. God of War has actually been doing that, has been getting me. Oh, yes, I will. What? I will totally play Agony. I will totally play Agony. I want to play that game so badly. It's not even funny. Wasp twerping? Well, if I twerk, it's not going to be for much time. I'll give it like a couple of seconds. Oh, yeah. If so, I'm very curious. Is that the You're in Hell game? Yeah, it is the You're in Hell game. Yes. It is the You're in Hell game. Absolutely right. That game is the You're in Hell game. And it kind of looks like it's an Amnesia game, but I haven't seen enough of that game's gameplay. But I think I will be getting that game just because, you know, now if it does get an NC-17, I won't be able to stream it because Twitch will not let you stream adults only games. They don't let you stream Hatred. If Dark Souls Remastered is good, I will get it, but I think I'm a little mad about that game because if I go to my Stream library, if I go to my owned games, oh, I still have it. Okay, I still have Dark Souls Prepared to Die. You can't buy it anymore. They've replaced Dark Souls Prepare to Die for Dark Souls Remastered. So I might play that game. I do like Dark Souls. I love the creature designs. I would love to just be able to draw creatures like that. It's incredible. So maybe one day I'll get to that and I'll get to Bloodborne. I'm going to get it on the Switch. I want Dark Souls on the go. I will never buy another game from Software unless I hear they fix their shit. Actually, Dark Souls 3 is actually... Oh, you found... Hold on. I'm about to end the stream as well too, but I need to... Hold on. We need to see this all together. We need to see this all together, guys. Hold on. Oh, it was... Souls as microtransactions, which can only be used to unlock available appearances that a player can select. Players cannot purchase star cards or items that would impact gameplay or progression! Woo! Baby! Oh, wait, hold on. Baby! Yeah! Fuck you, EA! Souls as microtransactions, which can only be used to unlock available appearances that a player can select. Players cannot purchase star cards or items that would impact gameplay or progression! Woo! Baby! Baby! Yeah! Wait, does it? Oh my God. Oh, what am I doing with my life? This is my life now. And it's now or never. Well, with that, I end my stream. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And hopefully, maybe later today, I might put... Thank you. Thank you again. Oh, my God. This is my life. This is my life now. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for finding... Yeah, one more hump. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's go. Let's find something. Hold on. We want to do it. So this is gonna be like it's not a stripper. It's like a favor. It's like a favor. Okay, let's. It's gotta be with something. I'm gonna do this for not much. It's just because it's just a good memory. Oh man. Oh, and this one's dedicated to Chester Bennington as well. Can you hear it? This is for you, Chester. I cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I said before. I can't take this. I'm quitting streaming. Good night. I found this in ignorance. Less I hear. Not quitting on you guys. No. 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 I will not quit. That is not the right attitude to have. No. You are not going to quit, boy. I'm not going to quit. No. I'm not quitting on you guys. I am not quitting. I have, unfortunately, acquired a lot of fat. And I have a... and I will be losing this for my AFO. So I need to do some exercise and get my diet because I actually want to, the next time I do that jiggle, it's got to be less belly. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are awesome. I'd like to thank everybody. I can't stress this enough. Noah's not smoked. He is not smoked for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Please congratulate this man. 2 weeks. No cigarettes. Congratulate this man. Please, everybody. Please. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And I'd also like to thank Jamie Mitten, Woody X USA, and of course the raid from Dr. Snipe. I'm so happy that you're back, and I will get you guys some more streaming. And I would love to thank you, Noah and Snipe, for all of the bits. You guys are awesome, guys. Thank you so much for the support. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. I'll be taking a few hours. I might need to pick my stuff, a couple of things around the apartment. And of course, I want to go see Solo. So I want to see what that movie's about as well too. I do that most of my time. Don't quit. Please don't. Look, don't quit quitting, please. If you're going to do something, but... Oh, so many cakes. So many cakes. Is it? Is it? It's fun. It's a good time. Oh man, I cannot wait to see it now. I'm going to see it today. So I'm going to watch Solo, and then I'm going to try to stream a couple of hours of God of Boy. And then tomorrow I'm going to have more Boy for all of you. In fact, hold on. Let me just 1 second. Let me minimize. Not the best movie from a technical standpoint. Dude, that movie had so much backstage shit happening. Losing the directors, having to refilm the entire movie. Like 80% of the movie had to get reshot by Ron Howard. If you want to do some Boy at War team up, let me know. I'm really interested in some. Yes, I do. Yes, I am. Yes, I want to do that. Do you want to do this on your stream or my stream? What do you want to do? Let's talk, because yes, I do. Yes, I do want to do some Boys at War team up. No. I'm sorry. No. We're not doing Boys team up. We're doing God of Boy. Every time I do that, my voice gets a little strainier. Your stream, fam, your place, your stream. Yes! And we'll try to see if we could fix the microphone problems as well, too, because the last time, not everybody could hear me. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put the multi-directional, turn it on, and hopefully that will get everybody to hear Victor a little better. We'll do this. We'll get this done, and we'll try to see if we could get that organized here. So I'll talk to you about that later, Victor. But in the meantime, for all of y'all, thank you so much for watching. And you guys are extremely freaking awesome. You should show him how to beat that dude he was getting his ass kicked by yesterday. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. And as always, my name is Fico, and that was my Gaming Mind LiveCast. Until next time, bye. Oh, also, before I go, hold on. I would encourage both my new followers to for Jamison and Woody to go to my Discord. If you guys do Discord, I just added the link so you guys could go and join in. If you guys want to catch some off-stream stuff, you want to ask some questions, or you want to make game suggestions, drop a meme, or anything you guys like, let me know. And it's what's there for. It's for fun. It's for funsies. I need to pay more attention to it because I need to talk. You're like the ending of Les Mis. And I'm not going to die. No, my death scene lasts for 30 minutes. By the way, Les Mis is the greatest movie ever made of all time. Bye!